You ready, Pippa? Where are we at?
A cruise ship.
Utopia of the seas. Welcome to our dadventure on Royal Caribbean's newest cruise ship, the Utopia of the Seas. We were on board the first weekend of February, and I was shocked at how many folks were getting on this massive ship in the dead of winter. But I shouldn't have been because of how amazing the weather was. The old folks coming back hip here. You're on a boat. We were supposed to go in October, but, hurricanes. My parents and kids have never been cruising, and my wife has been sick on ships before, so we wanted a big boat for just a long weekend. Utopia was a brand new boat and fit the bill perfectly. But it was only after we paid for the trip that we found out that Royal Caribbean was marketing this as their party boat, the world's biggest weekend. Perfect. We have 2 7-year-olds and 2 retirees. So how was Utopia at catering to all ages and needs? Since this was only a 3-night cruise, I stayed up till midnight the day we could check in and got the earliest boarding time possible, 11 a.m. That would ensure my girls could ride the slides and eat as much ice cream as possible before we even took off. Plus, I had a lot of included food venues I needed to try. First meal of the cruise.
We've already had about 3 ice creams though, so.
Kelly and I had our first lunch at Loco Fresh, which I had heard great things about, but it was only decent to me. I will say the nachos were better than the build-it-yourself burritos. But the neon orange quesadilla, well, that was a little off-putting. Then we became pizza delivery people for our littles while they continued their splash fest. But pretty soon, it was time for sail away, and this was really the only time that the party was a bit too raucous for our liking. The pool decks were so loud and crowded that you couldn't speak and barely think, much less keep up with excited twins. So we headed to the back of the boat to watch it pull away. And this Disney boat behind us, it followed us all the way to Nassau and back. Get Gigi in there. She loves to be on video. Pippa was also much less interested in watching the boat leave than she was checking out this nautical-themed playground. What? You just gotta climb down, baby. And if you have littles, this lighthouse slide is one of the first things that they'll see even before they get on board. How was it?
But it was really slow.
Slow? Now, cruising for me has always been about the food, and I am a main dining room groupie.
Want to cheers me, Hogan?
I want cheers. No.
I'll do it. Yeah, but there's your fancy chocolate milk and your fancy glass. My girls and I were also very keen for my dad to try escargot, something I learned to love on my first Royal Caribbean cruise back in college.
Yeah, I think them. They're not raw though, are they?
No, they're cooked. Yeah. And next up, we had reservations to the Aqua Show. So we headed to the Boardwalk, and since we were early, we found a little fun. Now our cabins were right across the hall from each other, an ocean view balcony and a boardwalk balcony. So we had to check out our room from the boardwalk, and then take a look at the view from our room to where we were standing when we looked up.
Rosie, love it. Rosie, the pink unicorn.
Getting ready to go to the Aqua Show.
We're about to go on the carousel. And we're on a cruise. I'm going up. And then I'm going down. I'm going up. And then I'm going down. I'm going up.
A carousel on a boat still kind of blows my mind, but here it is. We had rescheduled this cruise for the girls' birthday weekend, and so they also each had $50 to spend on whatever they wanted. The carousel was right next to a candy store, and what kid can pass that up if you have money burning a hole in your pocket?
Okay, so our girls talked us into sitting in the splash zone at the Aqua Show.
Comes with towels.
We're gonna see how wet we get here. Y'all excited?
Yeah!
Now hear me on this. If you want good seats at the Aqua Show, you really need a reservation. If you book any entertainment before the sailing, this should be it. Otherwise, get in the standby line an hour before the show and possibly still be prepared to fight for a seat. Now, cruise entertainment has a reputation, not necessarily a good one, but I was blown away by this show. It was better than most things I've seen on vacation on land. And all of this is included in your cruise fare. This was just the first of 3 incredible shows we'd see on board. So subscribe to the channel because I plan to make another video covering all of Utopia's entertainment options. So drop any questions you have in the comments as well.